Gotta love the music, gotta love the smells. We survive all this, you owe me a drink. Father's Palace. Same hut style, a lot more firepower. Ready to go in when you are. Cost City, all shiny and new. Makes you want to burn the whole thing down. They dug up something down here. I don't get it, though. You bury history for a reason. There's what, a couple thousand slaves here? If they had any brass, they wouldn't have waited till the statue was half built to start shooting. They deserve what they get. Every time I get near a checkpoint, I expect someone to start shooting. Planetary security? Just try to frisk me. People have nightmares about this sort of stuff, and you make a whole planet out of it. How can you live here? Nice jungle. You people got a freaky world. They ready for us? They're scared of you here, aren't they? You come, you go. You're the freaking secret police. On Rat Attack, place like this could be 10 years old. Big stuff doesn't last long on Rat Attack. Look at this. No one's ever come close to your planet, but you look like you're about to fight a war. We loot a place like this, sell the antiques in the black market. Who'd have to know? Did you say something? Swear there's someone talking to me. Like the city isn't big enough. This some Sith project, or you just need space for a few million slaves? Slow down. We can spread out, have a picnic, watch the lightning. Hope you don't mind taking down your own people. If you do, I can handle it myself. So all those people, you know they're crazy, right? Trust me, I've seen enough cults in my day. I don't like this place. I don't like being here. Do what you have to do with the statue and let's get out. More machines, more droids. Didn't know the Sith were such tech freaks. Old pirate story about a guy who steals a Sith relic. Skin turns black, disease eats him up. But if you want to grab what's in here, I'm up for it. Knew a guy who went to a Sith party once. He was the entertainment. Came back wrong. Had to put him down. This place is messed up. No one's sleeping on the streets, no dark alleys where the rich folk get scared. This isn't a city. It's a prison. Off-duty soldiers, scared locals. They try to hide it, but they're shell-shocked. Just waiting for something to blow up. I thought this place was supposed to be pacified. We're in the middle of a war zone. Guess this is Troida. Probably a lot nicer before the occupation, but you take what you can get. That's a lot of slag. So glad I'm not in the salvage business anymore. You smell that? Scorched metal, chems, dead things. Don't lean over. Brave little imps in the middle of a war. Want to play with them? What do you say we pop that thing? Make the whole place burn. Let's take a break, all right? I want to check my weapons while the shooting stopped. Nice rig. Want to kill everyone? Try to pick up pirate holonet channels? That stuff is foul. Takes brass to live here, though. Spitting up green goo every morning and going out to fight. We used to eat bugs back home sometimes. Knife the shell, crack it open, suck down the guts. I hated it. How many of these things are there? This planet's gonna get eaten alive. Here's what I figure. The guys with rank stay under the shield dome. The grunts get assigned out here. So what does that make us? Ash in the soil and a gun in my hands. Let's go. Now this is a base. Won't be when we're done with it. Look at this. It's my new favorite playground. Do I look like a trench rat? There's fun, there's stupid, and there's suicidal. This is just stupid. Some kind of control center. Don't really care about the details so long as the sparks fly. Nasty place. Hear those things scuttling around? Might want to check your gun battery. I don't know what's in there and I don't really want to. Balmoran's locked it down for a reason. You ever been to Nar Shaddaa? I can show you the cantinas, get you into the best fights, tour the organ markets. It'll be fun. Hey, ugly. Pay you 20 credits to lick my feet. He'll go for it. Spot me 20 credits? No weapons allowed, but I bit a guy's ear off once. Security bootlegged the footage. Not a big fan of casinos. You can smell the desperation on these guys. It's like a Duros pheromone. You want to buy me a droid? Guy tried to impress me, got me a serving unit once. Took me about 12 hours before I smashed it for parts. Kind of fun. Didn't grow up with a lot of fancy tech. Don't really trust it. Place can burn for all I care. Rumor is all this hardware runs straight into the moon's core. Nar Shaddaa's one giant computer. Don't know if it's true. More droids than people in Nar Shaddaa. Kinda creeps me out. Nice ships. You help me steal one of those, I'm yours for life. Bunch of losers. Come on. Bet I can shoot more of them than you. Looks like the imps did a number on this place. Come on. Let's get done before your skin starts peeling. Sleazy little cantina. If I had to live on a planet like this, I'd be drinking here too. What do you figure? Scrap? Or is there something decent around here? The Sand people are freaks, but I kinda like them. Mean, nasty, tribal. Little taste of home. Yeah, wait a minute. Let's just take this in for a second. Little piece of Droman Kos, smack in the middle of the desert. Just in case you get homesick. Mark it on the map. Next time the speeders break down, we're walking back here. That's a real sarlacc. They say those things take forever to eat you. You can live in its stomach while it scars you up. Kinda poetic. Mess up badly enough, bet your bosses would assign you right here. Wonder what these guys did. I don't want to sound like a wuss, but we really don't have to go down here. So this is Alderaan, home of the high and mighty. Give it 10 minutes before they try to behead us. Only time I'm ever gonna be in a palace like this. Makes you want to kick out the nobles and run around naked. So we got enough firepower to take this place? Because if we do this right, they'll be talking about us for years. A lot of stairs, a lot of chances to shoot intruders. Keep your head down. The ruins of old Alderaan. Pretty hollow image, but they smell like wet mold. You figure to run a planet like this, you've got people slaving and freezing to death year-round. Nobles drink, workers bleed. We had mountains like this on Ratatak. We didn't pretend they were pretty. We just threw people off them. Hey, rich guys. You thought you were safe in here? You were wrong. Look out there. Blow that thing up, we could get a nice flood going. You ever get that urge to look down and just jump? Or push someone? So this is what happens to a planet when the Empire's through. Something to think about.
Taris must have been glorious a long time ago. We will dream of it.
A buddy of mine used to use chemical spills to punish people. He'd hang them upside down above a wreck, make them breathe the fumes. Kept them in line.
Death in water. It is an unfortunate thing to happen to a planet.
Let's not stick around, okay? I like my lungs the way they are.
We visited the industrial plants on Fest once. The toxic zones were much like this. So many workers were sick.
Yeah, I've seen critters that big, giant things, and they don't live on a planet like this. They just don't.
The nest can strip a creature that size down to bone in minutes, but it takes an entire nest.
What is that stink? That's not just rat ghouls, that's gotta be something else.
There is no natural life here. What we smell is wrong.
Bad way to die crashing a ship into a planet. There are worse ways, though. Suppose it doesn't hurt.
We recall that ship from the histories. A Republic vessel brought down by Darth Malak.
Some people can't take a lesson. You build something like that, you're asking to get it torn down.
Strange to see something new here. A flower blooming among metal skeletons.
Reporting in, sir. Rat ghoul stole my helmet, sir. Scared me white.
The diplomatic service sometimes sends people to the front line to negotiate a surrender or a treaty. We always admire the soldiers stationed in places like these.
Look, this planet is a mess and I need a drink. Let's do what we have to do and wrap this up.
We are deep within the hive of the enemy. We should be cautious.
Used to sneak around in the transport stations on Brental. High traffic hours. You could really mess people up.
There are alien scents here. Beings not from Taris.
I can see why no one's heard of this place. Think my eyes are burning.
We've never seen a sky so red before. Not even under a red star. It must be the atmosphere.
I've heard rumours about Quesh, but very few details. I'd very much like to tour the venom mines.
You brought us to the wrong planet, Agent. There's nothing here worth having.
Breathe deeply here. There is great beauty on this world, along with keen discomfort.
What exceptionally bracing weather this planet has. The fresh air will be good for both of us.
Got a ways to go before we hit the next shelter. Hope you're ready for this.
How long before these structures are buried in the snow? The Empire is strong, but planets are strong as well.
The monthly maintenance required by this equipment could support a small moon. The military is taking this push seriously.
What sort of freaks build a fortress out of ice? Listen to me. Pirates like cash and comfort. They don't do this.
A palace crafted from ice. Perhaps we are too quick to judge these pirates.
I don't think that structure was built by the Republic, but I'm surprised pirates would be so enterprising.
We've gone through a lot of garbage to get here. Now it's payday.
Storybook characters raid pirate vaults. Now, so do we.
The White Moor is very serious about their security. I advise caution.
That's one big ship, I'll give you that. Probably crack a planet with that thing.
It must have been massive. No surprise the Republic wants it back.
I remember the reports coming in from Hoth during the war. I was at headquarters when the Republic super dreadnought went down. The whole room cheered.
Now this is a prison break. I think I'm gonna like this planet.
This is where the first breakout occurred. These people are desperate and violent.
Fine perimeter, though it lacks the elegance of Shadowtown, don't you think?
There's the breach in the prison defences. It must have all started here.
Spent some time in holding, but jail time is for chumps. Knew a lot of people in labor camps, though. Fought each other more than the guards.
Stop a moment. 1,000 scents, 1,000 songs. There's so much life here. And the Republic made it a prison.
I had a minder friend once who was captured by the SIS. I always assumed he'd been killed, but I hope he was imprisoned someplace like this. He'd have enjoyed the view.
This place is fantastic. It shouldn't be a prison at all. It should be, I don't know, a garden for the Sith, a jewel for the Empire.
New security zone, but you feel that? Soak up the steam and enjoy it.
Heat in the middle of an ice world. It's extraordinary.
A crossing point between security zones. Somehow I don't think this is where they keep the non-violent offenders.
New security zone, new types of prisoners. Not that they'll be any friendlier.
Cripes. It's like the prison runs straight to the core. You could lock half the galaxy in here.
The Nest remembers a place like this, long ago and far away. The creation of an ancient people. But not more ancient than us.
Such advanced technology. Such fine detail. The Empire is a great civilization, but we still have much to learn.
I've never heard of anything like this, sir. Not beyond stories, just fables about ancient species. Be careful.
There's the capital. Different species, same show of power. Voss just think they're better than the rest.
Many diplomatic service members have been to Voss. Few have been inside the capital.
There's something charmingly naive about building a capital without orbital shields. At least we have options.
That must be the capital. A quick peek couldn't hurt relations.
I've completed my analysis of Voss vulnerabilities and pain thresholds. I would like to choose a pair of the creatures for dissection.
Nice gun. Nasty recoil. Think I can handle it.
The Gormak don't seem to think small. We know they're contained, but in 1,000 years, what will they do?
Gormak technology really is fascinating. What I wouldn't give for a long talk with their engineers.
That thing's large enough to bring down starships. The Gormak are more dangerous than we thought.
The Gormak are socially primitive, but their technology is worthy of study and integration. I will begin to upgrade.
There's something really messed up about this place. Like the Dark Temple all over again.
We see things in the shadows, Agent. We hear something like a scream.
This place is old, Cypher. Much older than it should be, given what we've seen of the Voss.
Sir, something feels off here. I can't explain it, I think we should go back.
Your life readings are fluctuating. The Nightmare Lands phenomena is worth further examination.
Let's see what those creeps keep in here, huh? Shrine of Healing my foot.
We should be honored to see the shrine. Few in this galaxy ever will.
Unusual architecture, but nothing technologically unique. Typical for their culture.
We toured the Sith ruins on Droman Cast when I was a child, but I've never seen an alien shrine. I'm quite excited.
Multiple life forms detected inside. We may proceed.
Knew a Corellian pirate once. Promised to show me his planet sometime. Don't think anyone here expected this.
And we never thought we'd visit the Republic core worlds. We certainly never thought we'd fight here.
A fine planet for drink, and a fine planet for starships, but not one where I'd like to fight a ground war. Whatever the official word, this will not be a swift battle.
I never thought I'd see the day we invaded the core worlds. We should be proud of our troops.
Encrypted communications traffic is heavy. Republic, Imperial, and unassigned channels are active.
They're not gonna fix this. Even if the Corellians get their planet back. You can't fix this much damage.
It's unfortunate it came to this. It will take a long time to gain the locals' trust.
Impressive use of explosives. It takes exceptional power to level buildings, and really the wreckage is quite minimal.
We're fighting to take this planet block by block. We have to win this.
Scanning explosive residue. Detecting radioactive particles.
Perfect little battlefield downtown. March across the lawn, shoot from the buildings.
They used to film entertainment dramas here. Axial Park was a backdrop to show the Republic at its finest. No longer.
Axial Park, the site of so many clandestine meetings between spies and politicians. We'll be sorry to see that tradition end.
Cast City has an arboretum in the lower levels. I'm sure this was beautiful, but it hardly compares.
Foot traffic is directed into the crossfire at these points. The park is an elegant murder machine.
Soldiers, Jedi, Corsac officers. I think we've got an army to fight.
Into the gardens. We swarm upon the enemy and sing the song of fury.
The gardens may be well tended, but there are flaws to be exploited in their defenses. Shall we?
The Jedi take good care of their gardens. Shall we see how they fight?
Jedi combat techniques rely on breath control. I can analyze breathing patterns at a significant distance.
Remember when attacking a Jedi fortress seemed like a bad idea? Yeah, me neither.
We go to fight Jedi on a lost and distant world. A moment to remember.
I really am too old to be assaulting Jedi bases. But we rise to the challenges of our time.
Whatever happens, I'm proud to be a part of this assault. It'll go down in history.
If you do not survive this attack, I will retain a recording of the event for later analysis. Perhaps I will broadcast it.
According to the HoloNet, Ilum's over 90% ice. After Hoth, though, this actually seems kind of cozy.
Never even heard of McKeb. But new planet, new people to work over.
We knew a woman who vacationed on McKeb. It's a tourist planet. Why is the Empire here?
This station is running on minimal power to conceal its energy signature. Almost like the Empire doesn't want anyone to know it's here.
Suppose we linger on the station a while before descent? Have some breakfast before we're shot at.
Local transmissions are heavily encrypted. The station is hidden.
What do you think it would take to topple that thing?
Planetary-scale architecture. In another life, we'd spend hours on the grass looking up.
I'd suggest moving quickly and hoping they don't have snipers.
Weapons out. I promise to linger over the view later.
I will attempt to interfere with the outgoing transmissions. We may proceed with the devastation.
Oh, real nice planet we're on. It's like I'm 6 years old on Rat Attack again.
Careful. We'd be embarrassed to see our careers end under rubble.
How bracing. It appears the planet has some fight in it after all.
I'm all right. Bit shook up. Let's hope they built the gravity hook to last.
I estimate the groundquake epicenter at 300 kilometers distant. We appear to have escaped the worst.
Okay, I'm a city girl, but that's not a bad view. Spit over the side.
The air is thinner here, but it is clean. Taste it. Smell yesterday's rain. Our time is short.
Stroll a bit. Take in the view. A bit of light exercise can take your mind off the end of civilization.
Our soldiers are dying across the galaxy. I'd love to show them this view, just for a moment.
I do not like it here. The electromagnetic inference in the atmosphere is displeasing.
Race you to the bridge. Let's slam this whole freaking ship down a Hutt's throat.
We are ready for the next assault. Let's hope the captain doesn't try to shake us off.
I think I prefer boarding actions on a starship. Less chance of being thrown off the side.
Elegant design, but this structure is highly defensible. Those walls are reinforced, and I spot 3 hidden weapon systems.
Ready to move in, on your mark. I'm almost nervous to break anything.
There are shielded energy sources inside the walls. I expect they power droids and heavy defenses. Crude shells of technology. To be cracked and devoured like eggs. The mercenary forces had every advantage. They miscalculated. Unfortunate. Detecting multiple life forms inside. Minimal armaments. We may proceed.
Marvelous design, really. What I wouldn't have given for a spy ship like this in the old days. Almost a pity to destroy it.
Adjusting internal cooling systems. Perhaps you should do the same. The stronghold vaults are shielded. I cannot detect the isotope 5 from here. But I am curious. Its artificial intelligence is primitive. I have designed more advanced microorganisms. But its energy is beautiful. Power engaged. We should be able to proceed to the core. I have taken measures to preserve my core program. If we are buried here, I will survive. When the Hutts came, a family took refuge here. I can hear a child's recorded distress signal. They were all taken by the mercenaries. I have never personally witnessed extensive groundquake damage before. I enjoy deriving the equations. They are crude, but intricate. The pilot is dead. Downloading flight log. You may proceed to destroy another. The atmospheric charges have isolated me from galactic communications. Kill the Archon quickly, or I will take additional measures. There are unusual chemical compounds in the air. The Archon formulates his interrogation serums precisely. Enemies detected. They know that we have arrived.
Those hover tanks are up to military specifications. McKeb really did fund its mercenaries well. Target destroyed. Would it be wrong to take a souvenir? Not everyone gets to destroy a hover tank on foot. A lurker should be inside. Looks like a cantina. Must have been abandoned after the Hutts took over. I don't often get nostalgic for Hoth, but there are moments. Shall we proceed? Stronghold 1 ahead. Weapons charged. We'll find the isotope 5, sir, one way or another. Tactical assessment? Well, no one's ever fought a thing like this before, so your guess is as good as mine. We've got power. Let's hope the lifts are working right. It's a long way to fall. Look at it. Is every planet like this on the inside? Not a very defensible position for a base. Let's hope the Hutts don't find it. These people on McKeb, look at what they've been through. No one deserves this. Or the Hutts.
Smoke, oil, and burning metal. If you don't love that smell, you're not living.
Target destroyed. I trained on surface-to-air missiles with the Chiss. Never perfected it. We've got a lot of ground to cover and enemies everywhere. Let's find our people. If the Archon interrogated our people, that was our team. They were our responsibility.
Hover tanks. Brutally slow and unmaneuverable. Best used to intimidate. Just remember to duck when they start shooting. Not the most delicate mission we've ever accomplished. But I think congratulations are in order. If this is the Lurker's safe house, he must have been desperate indeed. Keep one hand on your weapon. I knew a good man who died in the magma caverns of Salukami. Dehydration. Sweating to death is not a pleasant end. Stronghold 1 lives up to its name. And I was worried we'd be in for a disappointment. I'm not a cyberneticist, but even I know that droid's not running on standard power cells. Isotope 5 is no myth. We're lucky this equipment even works. You can almost smell the rust.
Let's hope no one does the same to our escape vehicle, shall we?
There's something exhilarating about pushing the boundaries of science. A whole planet ready to destroy itself. We'll go down in history one way or another. Not a bad place for a picnic lunch. At least, until the groundquakes send this whole structure tumbling. I've seen planets bombarded by meteors that suffered less damage than this. It makes you wonder whether we could destabilize cores on purpose. Marvelous shooting! Although the regulators might disagree, I heard rumors about a Hutt spymaster a long time ago. I never thought I'd be standing at his front door. But there are questions I'd like answered. Look at the lighting. Look at the tools. The Archon isn't brutal. He extracts information with an interrogator's precision.
Nice ride. Get one for me, and I promise to show you a real good time.
A swarm of insects can kill the largest bantha, but most banthas don't carry heavy weapons. We should be careful.
Now who's scary? Who's got the biggest gun now? Yeah, you heard me.
That should be enough. Let's hope the people of the settlements are grateful.
Not the most elegant form of sabotage, is it? Still, sometimes expediency wins out.
Our quarry should be inside. Let's hope we're the first to find him.
First cantina we find, and it's a mess. Freaking tragedy.
Now we know why security is minimal from this direction. Watch your step, for both our sakes.
I hate it hot. Let's finish up in here and get out. Let's bust down the door and rob the place. You get the isotope, I'll get the cash.
This is why we came to McKeb. If our intelligence is correct, the isotope 5 is somewhere inside.
Mean looking. Give me a locked room and a steel pipe, and I'll bet you 20 credits I can take it.
That must be the Hutt's prototype. We're ready when you are.
Better than jumping, I guess. Looks like we've got power.
Those creatures, how many will be lost if McKeb is destroyed? Strange to think.
I've always wanted to fly one of those things. That particular ship won't be an option, I suppose.
You could put anything down there and no one would ever find it. No one would ever find us either.
This is the beating heart of a dying world. Listen to it. We must do right by McKeb.
What do you think? If the Hutts rush us, we can always jump for it.
The people of McKeb could have destroyed the beauty of their world. Instead, they built things like this.
Bad enough quake will rip apart anything. It's no fun when you can't do much about it.
Careful. If there's another groundquake, we'll be swallowed whole.
Ha! Look at that thing go down. Didn't know what hit him.
Enemy fighter down. A pity it's come to this chaos, but there are dangers here. The Archon is prepared for us.
You know, I'm looking forward to this. It's been way too long since I shot a Hutt.
The ship is now non-functional, but I find the patterns created by burning metal soothing. I suggest you avoid breathing the carcinogenic vapors.
Nice setup. I don't think your team made it.
These are instruments of pain and interrogation. What has the Archon done?
I used to love spots like this. Smash in some faces, raid the wine cellar, and invite a few friends. I miss this simple life, you know?
Solida Hesk certainly enjoys her creature comforts. We find the extravagance not unpleasant, but perhaps inappropriate.
Guess this is Rishi. I actually think I might have been here before. It was a long week and I was trash for most of it. but that skyline looks familiar.
Warm sun on black sand. We've seen sights like this in the memories of the nest, but never with our own eyes. Thank you.
Slaves. The cargo of the stupid and sadistic. Way too bulky and way more trouble than they're worth. Most of the time.
We don't know what the political answer is to slavery. But here and now, we can set these people free.
Look at that ship. Imagine being on the bridge when it went down. We've got to try that.
The hive ship burrows into the heart of the world, bearing life and sickness in equal measure.
You'd think their feathers would be worth something. But, nah. If they were, someone would already be poaching them.
We could spend a year among the Rishi and still leave unsatisfied. What do they believe? How do they organize their families? What can the Empire learn from them?
Joining a cult is basically admitting you have no idea how to live. Fine with me. But don't shoot back when I come gunning for you.
These people have found a home, and it pains us to oppose them. But their belief is not justification for their acts.
An army of drooling morons and enough blaster stockpiles to keep us shooting for days. You remembered my birthday.
There is beauty in a swarm of ships rising and dancing in the air. Considerably less so when the pilots wish us dead.
Something smells in that cave. My guess? A lot of dead big game hunters.
There is a scent here. It is old and powerful, and the nest grows restless at its memory. Be wary of that cave.
No fighting, no gambling, no contraband. This isn't an army base. It's a prison camp.
Can you feel it? The gravity of the gas giant urges us skyward, as if we could spread wings and ascend. This world is more than it appears.
Stupid jungle. What am I stepping in? If it were hut filth, at least I know there was something fun around.
The aura of life here is blinding, but its sound is cacophonous. The jungle struggles for its spirit, as each bud and insect struggles for survival.
Guardsmen, I am the Emperor. I have possessed this awesome body. Strip and kneel before me.
We always thought the Imperial Guard were noble, dedicated to an ideal of service above all. Our empire loses itself by the day.
Masasi. One more of those things looks at me, and I'll wear its tentacles around my fist.
Could all the Empire have become like the Masasi if things had gone differently? Could we still become this way?
Old, ugly, smells like death. I'm sick of temples that remind me of growing up. What'll it take to blow it up?
The temple. We don't have the words for it. It crawls with shadow. It lives like night.